Hey there, we are live from Midtown Comics, Times Square. I am Henry. It is Wednesday. Happy New Comic Book Day. Of course, it is an exciting week in the world of comics, and we've got a lot of really great stuff to talk about and to show off. So first, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about some of these staff picks. First off, we've got Raph, who suggested Uber Invasion, issue number 11. He's a big Kieran Gillen fan, so I know he loves that. We've also got Miguel picking up Phoenix Resurrection number 5. Miguel loved this book so much, he bought a $500 statue. I'm not even joking. Miguel loves Phoenix Resurrection. He turned around and bought a sideshow, so that's a good quality standard. Then we also have Fonz picking Motherlands, the brand new book from Vertigo, very cool. And we've got Sarah picking up Hungry Ghosts, a very cool new series from Dark Horse. And then Bunny, of course, went for Spawn because she's a big Spawn junkie. So there's a lot of great stuff. And we're going to walk down the wall. We're going to see what's most exciting for us. And we're going to grab some books and talk about them a bit. So first off, we've got some cool Dark Horse books, and just like Sarah, I'm excited for Hungry Ghost, so I got to go ahead and grab that. And I'm also, a big fan of Detective Comics, so I got to grab the annual. But right here, we've got one of the biggest releases of the week, Dark Knight's Metal, issue number 5. Very cool, very exciting, a lot of cool stuff. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab the Jim Lee cover because that's a super sweet cover. Very cool stuff. Now, as we continue down, we've got lots of cool new books. We've got new issues of Harley Quinn and Deathstroke. And I'm a Flash fan, so I got to go for the annual on that too. And because I'm very excited about the new Young Animal stuff, I got to check out the first part of Milk Wars and Justice League Doom Patrol. Also got to grab Mystik U. It's a big week for me for DC. Mystik U has been fantastic, and it's been a great read. And we've got the brand new series, The Silencer. Very cool stuff here. Got to check it out, especially for that cover alone. Now, as we continue down, we've got a lot of really cool books. We've got, of course, some great stuff. We've got this very cool Eternal oversized book from Black Mask. Then we have some great books from Udon and from Valiant. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab Quantum and Woody because it's got the super ultra foil covers, and I'm a sucker for a foil cover. Plus, the first issue is just so much fun. As we continue down, we've got a lot of cool stuff. We've got the Escapist graphic novel, which I'm very excited for because I like the Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay. And, of course, we've got a bunch of great books from IDW and from Image, including brand new issues of Hack Slash and Realm and a lot of cool stuff. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab Void Trip, which has been weird and trippy, appropriately so. We've also got the brand new issue of Avengers, and you know what? I'm going to grab the Avengers variant by Mike Del Mundo. Very cool stuff. As we continue down, we've got a lot of cool stuff, including the signed copies of Rise of the Black Panther, issue number 1 from Evan Narcisse. When he joined us a couple weeks ago, it's a big time to be a Black Panther fan, and so there's a lot of cool stuff coming out around it. We've also got the brand new issue of Defenders, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab one myself because it's got all of my favorite ladies of the Marvel Universe, including Spider-Woman, so I got to grab it. Then we've got the U.S. Avengers paperback. I'll grab that because I like U.S. Avengers quite a bit. Some other cool stuff like Inhumans vs. X-Men in paperback format for the first time. And we've also just got some cool stuff over here from Marvel. We've got some great stuff. I love the cover Dave Mack did on the brand new issue of Jessica Jones. Some great stuff, but I'm going for Moon Knight because Moon Knight is weird, man. Moon Knight is like super awesome, and the last issue had a great cliffhanger, so I got to pick it up. Now we continue down. We've got some more cool stuff. We've got a lot of great collections. We got stuff like Mystery Men, Royals, Scarlet Spider, and a couple of different Venom paperbacks, which are really cool. But I'm going to go ahead, and I'm actually going to grab this brand new DJ Most Wanted one-shot. Very cool new book, a one-shot spinning out of The Last Jedi, which I was a big fan of. We've also got Tales of Suspense, which looks really cool this week with a great Andrea Sorrentino cover. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a double dose of Jean Grey goodness. I'm going to grab the final issue of Jean Grey, issue number 11. And I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to grab Phoenix Resurrection, issue number 5. First off, we do have Hungry Ghost, issue number 1. Now, Hungry Ghost is basically like all the scary stories of all these different chefs. And it's really cool. It's got Anthony Bourdain on it, but it's also got the art of Alberto Ponticelli, who I really like what he did a couple years back on Frankenstein. He draws really cool, creepy stories. So I really like that. And we've also got the art of Vanessa Del Rey on it. And Vanessa Del Rey, if you guys have been checking out Redlands, is doing some great work. Now we've got the brand new issue of Detective Comics, the annual edition. And Detective Comics has been really depressing me these last couple issues. It's been awesome. I've really liked it. But like, it's making me really emotionally invested in Clayface. And now we've got an issue that's actually taking a trip back down memory lane, exploring Clayface. And I think it's fantastic. We've got some great art here. James Tynion's been doing a great job. And now we actually get Eddie Barrows back on art, which is very cool because, of course, he started off the Rebirth series. So it's a very cool read. Then we have the brand new issue of Dark Knight's Metal, and I'm very excited for this issue of Dark Knight's Metal. I grabbed the Jim Lee cover because it's just so cool. Pardon me while I mess with the mic here a little bit. Very cool stuff, and this book has been fantastic. It's been such a trippy, weird, bizarre romp through the DC universe involving just about everybody you could expect, and this Jim Lee cover is great. The art by Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo is probably doing the best art I've ever seen him do on this book. Let me see if I can show off a page without spoiling too much, because that's kind of hard to do. But we've got some great stuff here. We're going to see some great face-offs, like the Batman Who Laughs facing off against Wonder Woman. Some great stuff there. And we also get to see this weird ragtag group of adventurers, including Deathstroke and Aquaman, trying to face off against these evil Batman caricatures. Some really cool stuff. Really great read. Then I had to pick up, and I mean had to pick up, the Flash Annual. Because so many reasons. One, I'm a Flash fan. Two, I'm a Wally West fan. Three, it's got the art of Howard Porter, and Howard Porter drew the first Flash book that I ever read and got me hooked on the character. So having him back on the book makes me super happy. Plus, it's starting the brand new Flash Wars storyline that's going to be going on in the books. And I can't show you stuff because it spoils the fun, but I'll show you this page, which makes me really happy because it features the Flash's old flame Magenta. And I really like seeing her because Magenta was way back in like the original, like way back, like in the 80s stuff. That's who Wally was dating, and then she went crazy and she became a villain, but then she was a hero and then she was a villain again. It's comics, you know? But it's great stuff, and I love seeing it being developed. Then we also have the brand new issue of Justice League of America and Doom Patrol. We've got the start of the Milk Wars crossover, and this book is weird. Like, if you've read any of the Young Animal books, you know that they're really weird. They're really great. They're really fun. But this stuff is just so bizarre because the premise is basically that it's like some weird meta self-aware thing where we've got a milk company who's trying to use the iconography of all these different superheroes, and they're trying to use them to capitalize on their popularity. And that's why we've got Milkman Man on the cover. Yes, that is his real name, Milkman Man. And it's so ridiculous, and it's so fun. And it's got a bunch of great talents on it. It's got Steve Orlando, who is, of course, writing Justice League of America, Gerard Way, who's writing Doom Patrol. But we've got the art here by ACO, artist credit only. And let's just find a page showing off some of the fantastic layouts and really innovative storytelling that I love seeing in comics. ACO did a great job on the Nick Fury series last year. If you guys missed out on that, definitely pick this up just for the art alone. Not to mention, it's spinning out of the Young Animal stuff, and it's going to launch a whole new direction for the line. Then a book that I'm super excited for, we have the brand new issue of Mystik U, issue number 2. Mystik U has been a really great read, and I was hooked on issue number 1. And in fact, we actually have a special guest for us today. We have the writer of Mystik U, Alisa Kwitney. How's it going?
Hey.
So we've got Mystik U number 2 here. What can you tell us about Mystik U?
Well, let's see. First of all, I feel like it's completely appropriate that it is coming out on today, which is, I think, a super blue blood moon.
Yeah.
So clearly all the magic is kind of cohering.
Oh, definitely. It's only, what, like once every 180 years or something this happens? It's crazy.
Yeah, and there's, you know, a little element of time dislocation in terms of the Mystik U setup,
Yes.
which people, if they've read Mystik U 1, probably already know.
Yeah.
Well, with Mystik U 2, as you can tell from the cover, Zatanna's attraction to bad boy Sebastian Faust is kind of kicking in a little more.
Yeah, I would say Zatanna is definitely being lured into him. I mean, she's really obviously the crux of the series. She's, of course, the focus of the first issue, but she gets to spend a lot of time developing, you know, the world's built up in issue number 1. So now we get to see you kind of play with it a bit. You know, we get to see Zatanna, we get to see some weird sorority stuff going on here.
Yes. It's she you know, as a lot of people do, you know, she's looking at the sorority as a way to perhaps make college a little more manageable for her. But as a lot of people find with sororities and fraternities, I know there are wonderful experiences that people have. It has some unexpected complications. And the other characters are also having their own difficulties, as you know,
Yeah.
some relationship difficulties, some slight, magical difficulties. And Rose Psychic, who's the dean of the school, is having her own issues with Dr. Occult. Really,
Yeah.
they're having relationship problems, and they share a body. So
Yeah, I can only imagine how difficult it is to sustain a relationship with somebody when you literally can't ever get rid of them.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And I think so. They both right now have a slightly different way that they would like to approach the whole overarching issue of the malevolence.
Yeah, so it's been crazy, and I've been loving it. I love the art by Mike Norton has been really cool on the series. It's been just a fantastic read. I actually, if you don't mind holding this, I'll show off a couple pages.
Yes.
One of the things I really like too is that there aren't ads in the book. It's just pure storytelling and art.
It's prestige, baby.
Yeah, it's really cool. I guess that's the benefit. It only comes out every other month, so it comes out in like supersized editions.
Yes.
Which I really think is cool, and some great stuff in here, really.
Now, I don't know if you can tell from looking at it, but this book has kind of been a love fest where both Mike and Jordi Belair, the colorist, and the editors, and I have we've kind of been sad. Mike just handed in the last page, and he said in the email, "What are you going to do with a Mike-shaped hole in your hearts?" And I said, well, hopefully we'll fill it with another project one of these days. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's
Well, and the whole team, I mean, you guys really, if it's a labor of love, it definitely shows because it is a fantastic read, and I love it. I'm really happy to see a different approach to a book, too. You know, I like seeing this prestige format. We don't get this that often. It makes it really special.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the things about it is it kind of makes it a nice entry point. So if someone's not as used to reading comics, you don't need to know a lot of continuity.
No,
You
not at
don't
all.
have the ads can sometimes be visually confusing if someone's not used to reading comics, where they not sure where the story is and where the ad is. So it makes it approachable.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I'm super enjoying the series,
Yay.
and looking forward to issue 3 in 2 months.
Thanks. And now I'll just look the other way, and I'll
No, not our stack.
fine. I'll buy my own.
Well, thank you so much for coming by. And now we've got some other cool stuff. So I was horribly upset because even the mere thought of not getting to pick up Silencer is incredibly depressing, because Silencer is an awesome brand new series from DC, from their new Age of Heroes line. And the nice thing is, let me show this off as we reveal the supersized cover, which is super cool. And then on the back, it'll actually show this is part of a larger image. So you'll get to see a lot of different characters from DC popping up in here. Silencer is a brand new book. We've got the writing of Dan Abnett along with John Romita Jr., who's really handing in some amazing work, telling a cool espionage assassin story. And also, her name is Honor Guest, and that is the best civilian name ever, because her name is Honor Guest. I mean, come on, that's great. Gotta love it. Really enjoying the series. Now, we've also got some cool indie books coming out this week, like the brand new issue of Quantum and Woody. We've got this super foil cover. Very cool stuff. Daniel Kipplesmith and Kano doing a great job on the book. If you want a fun, comedic romp through Valiant, maybe you've been hearing about Valiant these last few days. There's been a lot of news about them in the media, so you got to check it out to find out what's going on. We've also got the brand new issue of Void Trip. A very cool book, some great trippy art. Really digging what is going on here. That's one of the main reasons I pick it up, is for Plaid Klaus, who's really doing a fantastic job on the art. You'll remember he came by to talk about the book a while back, and he really is doing a fantastic job on this series. I am loving it. Really cool. Then we've got a big week from Marvel. One of the things I had to pick up was Avengers number 678. I've got the Mike Del Mundo variant cover here, which is, of course, showcasing the Avengers because they've been doing all that. I think we're sold out of this online, so if you want it, you're going to have to come by the stores to pick it up. But it's a great cover, and it's a great read. Al Ewing, Jim Zub, and Mark Waid doing a great job. And this time the issue focuses on the Human Torch, and I am really enjoying the spotlight on the Human Torch because he is one of those classic Marvel characters. Then we also have the brand new issue of Defenders. which has been a really great read if you haven't checked it out yet, from Brian Michael Bendis. I don't know why you haven't checked it out, because it's on issue number 9, and it's definitely worth the time. It is a great read, and we've got the art of David Marquez doing some amazing stuff here as we spotlight the different female heroes of the Marvel Universe. Some great stuff here, and also, yep, I didn't notice him, but Deadpool is on this cover, so it's kind of like play Where's Waldo and try to find Deadpool. And I didn't notice that, and I looked at this cover for like 2 months, and I didn't realize it until somebody pointed it out in a comment online. That is hilarious. Then we also have the trade paperback for U.S. Avengers. U.S. Avengers was one of my favorite books of 2017, so I had to grab the trade paperback edition. I also love what they do with the spines here, because if you see the spine, they actually do a little red, white, and blue treatment here at the bottom, which I think is really fun. Al Ewing did a great job on the series, and if you missed out on it, it's only 2 trade paperback collections and definitely worth picking up. We've also got the brand new issue of Moon Knight, issue number 191. If you haven't been picking up Moon Knight, you're missing out. Like, you are making poor choices in your life. Go pick them up. We've got the back issues. We have them here in the store. Pick up Moon Knight because it's so cool. And one of the things I like about Moon Knight is how it's able to do so much with so little. Last issue had one of the best shocks I've seen in a comic book on the last page. And it wasn't like some big terrifying explosion. It wasn't some horrifying murder scene. It was a character moment, and it really felt real. And you should really be checking out this book. Max Beam is doing a great job on it. And we've got the art of Jason Burrows, who really is phenomenal. We've also got DJ Most Wanted, a brand new one-shot spinning out of Star Wars The Last Jedi, focusing on DJ, who of course was one of the most mysterious characters. Maybe you don't know quite what his alignment is, if he's light, dark, or somewhere in between, and he's definitely very cool, and I liked his refreshing approach to the war element of Star Wars, so I'm really excited to see how they handle it in a one-shot spotlight. And then we've got a double dose of Jean Grey here. First off, we have the brand new issue and the final issue of Jean Grey, issue number 11. Dennis Hopeless has... I'm not a Jean Grey fan. Like, I've never been. I've tried. I've read her books. I like it. You know, it's cool, whatever. But Dennis Hopeless is making me really invested in the character of Jean Grey, especially with young Jean, who I thought was a little bit cold and unfeeling. This book proves me wrong. Like, I was horribly wrong. This book is amazing. Since day one, it's been great. And especially after the last couple issues where we really got to go on an emotional roller coaster with Jean Grey as she's been trying to elude the Phoenix. Good read. And speaking of the Phoenix, I gotta talk about Phoenix Resurrection, issue number 5. It is the conclusion of the Phoenix Resurrection miniseries event that has been so fantastic, bringing Jean Grey, the adult Jean Grey, back into the world of the X-Men. And what I really love about the story is it is rooted in character. Matt Rosenberg does a great job bringing this character to life and making her feel, you know, like a real person, and making it actually important that her emotional journey is complete. And it has some great appearances from some X-Men that are dearly departed, and it's sure to make a lot of people very talkative because of what we get to see happening in this issue. And I'm very excited for X-Men Red, which is going to be hitting us next week, which is going to be the new home of Jean Grey, so I'm very excited. And that's our week. It's a great week. I forgot to grab one, but it is the last week of the month, so it's previews week. So you can grab a previews catalog. You can come by the store and you can place your advance orders for books, for product, you know, merch, shirts, all different kinds of stuff. And it's an amazing week in the world of comics. We hope you guys come by, check it out. If you like what we're doing with this video, please let us know, because we're trying something different here, and we really like it. We really want to know your feedback. So please let us know if you like it. Thanks to Alisa Kwitney for coming by. Pick up Mystik U. You won't regret it at all. It only comes out every other month, so it's an easy investment to make, and it's a fantastic series. And we've got a lot of great books, so please come by, drop in, and have a good one.